Hello everyone, and welcome to League Center. I'm your host, the fan-voted worst League of Legends content creator on YouTube, Brian. Now let's get into the news. And in our top story, Peanut, Xrox Tigers jungler, and fan-proclaimed cute boy has officially joined SK Telecom. When the news was announced, it was reported that the cries of every fan from a team not named SK Telecom could be heard all the way in the capital of South Korea, the Hidden Leaf Village. The only solace that other fans get is that Huni was announced to also be playing top lane for SKT, a move that mostly is a downgrade from Duke. We at the studio reached out to Huni for comments on his new move to SKT. He was quoted here by saying, "Lucian top or feed." While the news of Huni being the top lane might not be what most SKT fans wanted, this now makes SKT pound for pound the cutest team in the world. I mean, look at these two, they're so cute. Just give them a little smooch. In our second story of the day, it has been officially announced that Febiven will be leaving Fnatic to join H2K as their new mid laner. While most fans are skeptical of Febiven's play and attitude in the 2016 season, we reached out to H2K's owner Rich to get his opinions on the move. Rich was quoted saying, "For 5.5 fucking K, when I ask him to jump, he'll ask, how high?" Now, we here at the studio feel that a stricter approach might actually help with Febiven's attitude problems. However, when we asked Rich if we could talk to Febiven for a quote on his move, he told us that Febiven could not be disturbed right now, for it was his nap time. Over in North America, the never-ending merry-go-round of who will be TSM's new AD carry just never seems to end, and a new name has been thrown into the mix, former ROX Tigers AD carry Pray. Just in the past week alone, there have been 1,000 screenshots from Double's stream that have both been confirming and denying the move from Pray. Confused out of all the conflicting news, disgruntled TSM fans are convinced that TSM just doesn't have enough money to sign Pray and are likely to start a GoFundMe campaign out of desperation. Now to our studio, it seems like Pray might actually want to go to TSM. However, Pray rejected Reginald's first contract of being paid in simply Bay Life wristbands. League of Legends bad boy Dardoch is rumored to be joining Immortals as their jungler, with Immortals also looking to try out Peekaboo and Gorilla for support. Now, according to our sources, Dardoch's last word to the Liquid organization were, "Smell you later," words which CLG will apparently be fined $10,000 for. Now, we reached out to Dardoch to ask him how it felt to not have to play with the Liquid Scrubs and Locodoco anymore, to which he merely responded with this photo. "Solid dab, sir. Me too, thanks." Now, in other news, it seems a North American team is implementing the bold and unheard of strategy of signing a former world champion to their roster. Echo Fox is reported to be signing top laner Looper, who won the Season 4 World Championship on Samsung. When asked why he replaced KFO with Looper, Rick Fox stated that Looper beat KFO in a slam dunk competition. Rick Fox is also on record for saying that Looper has sick ups, which correlates to the top lane because it's up on the top. And more news with Echo Fox. Echo Fox is looking to sign Gate as their support and how do you pronounce his name? You don't know how to pronounce it either? And a jungler. Now, this seems to be a huge step down from the signing of Looper, and it appears that Rick Fox has run out of money from his expensive slam dunk competition between Looper and KFO. It appears that to sign other players, Rick Fox simply put a bunch of free agents' pictures on a wall and threw darts at them to see who he would sign. We here at the studio just wanted to say, God bless you, Froggen. At least the number of players in your team that can actually win a game doubled, from 1 to 2. Over in Europe, Fnatic finally announced its full roster. Reckless will be the only one returning from last year, with Soaz, Amazing, Caps, and Jesus filling out the rest of the team in top lane, jungle, mid lane, and support respectively. We tried to reach out to Soaz for his thoughts on the move, however, we were not able to reach him for he was too busy partying and taking selfies in the mirror. Now, I personally asked our analyst here at the studio what his thoughts on Fnatic's new mid laner Caps was, to which he responded, "Who?" Now, just before we went live, we received more news about Caps stating that he's been very toxic in solo queue lately. It seems as though Caps is trying to be a better mid laner in mechanics and toxicity than Febiven. Well, at least Reddit finally knows who he is. Recently, Riot announced that it will no longer let any sister teams compete in the promotion tournament. Now, this means that the sister teams of teams like Cloud9 and Liquid can still play in the Challenger Series, they just can't participate in the promotion tournament to get into LCS. According to our sources, this is being enforced by Riot to bring down the crime lord and the owner of Cloud9, Jack. Riot has reason to believe that Jack is holding High, Balls, and Lemonation hostage to boost his challenger team into the LCS for money. This may finally end the human trafficking ring in the challenger scene that Cloud9 is apparently the head of. And in our final news, it seems as though Ray, the top laner for Dignitas, is set to depart with Dig, which furthers the mystery in everyone's mind. How the hell is Dignitas still in the LCS? That'll do it for us here at League Center. Please subscribe and join us next time where we take an in-depth look at Riot's rumored new release champion. All we can give you right now is that our sources say that one of her 10 ultimates globally kills the enemy AD carry. All we can get from Riot on the new champion's rumored ults is a quote by Tryndamere saying that if AD carries don't stop whining every time we patch League of Legends, he's going to give this ult to every one of the new champions. All this and more on the next episode of League Center. You stay classy, League of Legends.